Hello, everyone. It's me again, Sister Teacher Renetta. Today, I am going to be sharing from the Chronological Bible Journey, which you are more than welcome to join. If you check the details below, you will find an email and also a link to share your information. Also, please share the LOL Teach Me YouTube channel with a friend, and I also hope you would like and subscribe today. I'm going to be sharing from Deuteronomy. We're in Deuteronomy now in the chronological Bible study. I'm going to share from chapter 9, verse 1 and verse 3, where it reads, Listen, O Israel, today you are about to cross the Jordan River to take over the land belonging to nations much greater and more powerful than you. They live in cities with walls that reach the sky. Verse 6. You must recognize that the Lord your God is not giving you this good land because you are good. For you are not. You are a stubborn people. And then God goes on to remind them of how they worship idols, made idols unto themselves, and still God gave them that good land. This is a real reflection of God's grace. And on today, Good Friday, I am just in awe of the grace of God and the goodness that He gives to us, even though we are not good. Why? That's what grace, that's what grace does. Let's jump over to Luke chapter 23, when the original Good Friday was actually in motion. And Pilate, after examining Jesus, he says to the people in verse 4 of Luke 23, Pilate turned to the leading priests and the crowd and said, I find nothing wrong with this man. Then in verse 14, he again says, and he announced his verdict. You brought the man to me, accusing him of leading a revolt. I have examined him thoroughly on this point in your presence and find him innocent. Yes, Jesus was innocent. In verse 15 of Luke 23, Herod came to the same conclusion and sent him back to us. Nothing this man has done calls for the death penalty. Let me say that again. Nothing that Jesus did called for the death penalty. Verse 34, Jesus said, though he was innocent, let me read this. Verse 34 of Luke 23, Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they don't know what they are doing. They didn't. Jesus asked the Father to forgive the people because they did not know what they were doing. But I thank God today that Jesus knew exactly what he was doing. He knew exactly what he was doing. Verse 37, they called out to him, If you are the king of the Jews, save yourself. Jesus is the King of Kings. And though he could have saved himself, again I say, he knew what he was doing. He knew his innocence was necessary for our guilt. He knew it. And so did one of the criminals at his side on the cross that Friday. Verse 41 and 42 says, "We deserve to die for our crimes, but this man hasn't done anything wrong." Then he said, "Jesus, remember me when you come into your kingdom." This criminal recognized Jesus' innocent and recognized his authority, recognized him as the king, the King of Kings, I say. Verse 23, and Jesus replied, "I assure you today, you will be with me in paradise." Jesus assures us that we can get into paradise when we receive his sacrifice, when we apply his innocence. Yes, he was crucified like a criminal because we are not good. We can't be good. Nothing that we do is good in and of our actions alone. But just like God allowed the children of Israel to cross over to that good land, Jesus, the innocent one who died like a criminal on the cross, did so that we can cross over into the good paradise of heaven. And I today am grateful for that. I am grateful. I am grateful. I am grateful. Because I know that he did nothing to deserve death, but that he chose death so that we may have life. Father, I thank you today. I thank you for the love that kept you on that cross for people who were not good. That even while you were there, you asked the Father to forgive them. You were asking the Father to forgive us, for we know not what we do. Even when we think we know, we do not know what we do. And I thank you that you are the all-knowing, all-loving God who opened up a way for us to cross over, not the Jordan, but to cross over death, hell, and the grave, because you stayed on the cross and because you gave up your life that we may take residence in a heavenly eternity with you. All right, be blessed and recognize that the innocent one did what he did for those of us who were not good. So think about that on Good Friday. Give God praise. And if you haven't accepted him as your Lord and Savior, there is no time like today. Make this your Good Friday. Be blessed. And remember, like, subscribe, share. This is Sister Renetta, Sister Teacher Renetta. Take care.